Today I'm going to be talking about why listening matters in communication and why it's such an important part of how we interact with other people. Most people think communication is just talking, but listening is actually just as important, if not more important, than speaking. We communicate every single day with friends, family, teachers, and even strangers. But even though we do it all the time, a lot of people don't really focus on actually listening. Research shows people spend almost half of their communicating time listening, according to the International Listening Association. But even with that much time spent listening, a lot of people don't do it well or don't really pay attention. Listening is important because it affects how we understand each other, how we build relationships, and even how we avoid conflict. So today I'm gonna break that down into three main parts: understanding, relationships, and conflict. First, listening helps us understand other people better. When someone is talking, you might think you understand what they're saying, but if you're distracted or not fully paying attention, you can easily miss important details. For example, in school, if a teacher explains something and you're not really listening, you might think you get it, but later realize you missed a key step. That's when communication breaks down because misunderstanding starts happening. If people don't listen carefully, they might respond in a way that doesn't even match what the other person meant. Communication researcher Corey Floyd explains that communication only works when messages are both sent when messages are both sent and received correctly. So it's not just about talking clearly; it's also about actually listening and processing what the other person is saying. If you don't listen, you're basically only doing half of communication, and that can lead to confusion, misunderstanding, and even unnecessary arguments. Next, listening is really important for relationships. When you actually listen to someone, it shows respect, it shows that you care about what they're saying, and that you're paying attention to them. Think about it like this. If you're talking to somebody and they're on their phone, will you feel respected? I mean, I don't think I would feel respected, so it's gonna feel like you just don't care, you know? So it's just gonna feel like they don't care. But when someone puts their phone down and actually listens to you and actually paying attention, it makes you feel better, it makes you feel important, and it makes you feel respected. So that's why listening helps keep relationships and friendships over time and helps them build stronger. Research by Judy Brownell shows that effective listening builds trust and helps people feel more connected in their relationships. So when people actually listen to each other, it strengthens their bond and communication overall. It's a simple thing, but it really has a big impact on relationships. Listening also helps prevent conflict. A lot of arguments don't happen because of big problems, they happen because people misunderstand each other and are not listening carefully. If someone says something and the other person doesn't fully listen, they might take it the wrong way and react emotionally, just radically, or just in a disrespectful way. And that can turn a small issue into a big argument really fast. But if people slow down and actually listen to each other, a lot of those problems would not even happen in the first place. So it's pretty avoidable, you know. Listening helps people understand different perspectives instead of just reacting immediately, sporadically, or instantaneously, impulsively, and it just helps overall. One really important concept from this module is active listening. Active listening means you're fully focused on the speaker, you're not interrupting, you're not thinking about what you're going to say next, and you're actually trying to understand the message. It also includes things like nodding, responding appropriately, and showing that you're paying attention. But honestly, a lot of people don't do this. Most people are just waiting for their turn to talk instead of actually listening. So overall, listening is a really important part of communication. It helps you understand people better, build strong relationships, and avoid conflict in everyday life. So the real question is, are we actually listening to people or are we just waiting for our turn to speak? Uh, so yeah, um, these are my sources. My sources include the International Listening Association, Communication Research by Corey Floyd, and Listening Studies by Judy Brown. Thank you so much for listening again.